Oh, well everybody, welcome to another Go Wild Outdoors. I'm in a beautiful woodland setting of the Rise and Sun Country Park, which is close to my house. It's about 5 minutes in the car, which is handy. I've got the dogs with me today, so I'm going to do a video, have a look at some gear, and the dogs can have a bit of a snuffle around in the forest as well. So it's a win-win, isn't it, girls? I'm not camping this weekend. Started a new job. Time's a bit sort of tight regarding rotors and things like that, so once my work life has settled down a little bit, I might do some more camps. However, I've got a day free today, so instead of a hammock, I thought we'd have a look at this. This is the OEX Hyena 2. Now this was an eBay purchase. I bought it recently. It only cost me 20 quid, which I thought was pretty darn good for a tent. The description said it was that the guy had bought it, tried camping in it once, didn't like it, wasn't for him, so he was selling his kit. I got the tent from that. 20 quid for a tent, I thought it was a bit dubious. Bit of a bargain if it works, if not, then 20 quid's 20 quid. I haven't had it up as a tent, so I've not looked at it properly. I've had it out of the bag, had a quick look. It's got fiberglass pulls, and one of the pulls was actually split, but was no drama. I had some spare pulls in the shed at home, cut one to size, replaced it with the elastic and things like that. So hopefully we're all good to go. Like I say, I've not had the tent up, so we'll have a look at that in a bit more detail. So what I'll do is I'm going to stop babbling on, and I'm going to get myself set up, get this tent up, we'll have a look at it, and hopefully you guys can have a look with me. If you've got an OEX Hyena and I've not covered anything on here that you think I should have, or you want to add to it, by all means leave something in the comments down below. Okay, comments are good. Like, subscribe as well, all of that malarkey. So like I say, I'll stop babbling, I'll get myself set up, we'll get this tent up, we'll have a look at it, and then might have a cup of tea later or something. Okay, amazing. Catch you in a bit. So like most of the OEX tents, it comes in this dry bag arrangement where you've got the clip on the top, so that just rolls over and clips like that, so that seals the bag nice and easy. So opening the tent, we've got the instructions for erection. Okay, so we've got the pitching instructions on there, and here is the tent. Just pop the bag away. So I mean, this is by no means, you know, if you're a gram counter, if you're a lightweight backpacker, this probably isn't the tent for you. There will be other lightweight tents. I think this weighs in at about 2.5–3 kilograms, I think. I'll double check that. I'll put something in the description on the specs of the tent, but I think it's about 3 kilos. So it's a bit of a beast if you're lightweight camping and hiking. If like me, you don't have that issue, then it's not really so bad. Like I say, I have had this up, not as a tent. I've had it open, so just to check the gear. So we'll have a look at it and see how we get on. Okay. Just roll this out. There we go. Oh well. So whoever had it has left some heavy duty pegs, and then some of these sort of shepherd's crook pegs. They're a bit crap, to be fair. I did bring some pegs of my own just in case, but I think these will suffice. So we'll have a look at that. So there's me pegs in there. Then we've got the poles in here. So these are just fiberglass poles. Like I say, one of them had split, so I had to replace it. So they're on elastic, so you can't lose them. It's just 2 sets. There is an angled ferrule in there, if you can see that. So when the poles go together, it's an arch shape like that. Okay, so there's 2 of them. Now they are marked, so one has a, if you can see that, there's a yellow band on it there, and then the other one has a grey band. Can you see that just behind the chrome? So I'm guessing with this tent it doesn't matter which pole goes where, but we'll find that out together, I'm sure, as I'm putting it up. So I'll just pop those poles over there for now. There is a bit of size difference, as we'll see, and let's unwrap this tent. Okay, that's the back end, so we'll just turn it round. Like that. So I'll get it pegged out, but I can see straight away there's the pole sleeves, and I can see that one has got a, bring it over and you can see one's got a little orange tag on, so I guess that would be the yellow band on the poles, and I can see from here the back one has got a grey tag on, so that'll be the grey pole. Cool. So get this positioned where we're going to put it, and the fly seems to be attached, which is fair dues. So let's just grab some poles, and we'll get that set up. Okay. Okay, so there we go, the OEX Hyena 2 pitched. I mean, I say pitched, it's up, it's by no means perfect. Let's have a look around. So you've got your fiberglass poles on the outside there with all the pegging points. Got the back end here, so the rear just guys out like that. We've got a vent at the back, so the vent has the hard foam stays and a bit of velcro, so that just holds your vent open. There's also a bit of velcro in there so you can close the vent as well if need be. Coming around the other side like that. Look, I forgot to put them on, they would probably help. And then you've got your porch, or your vestibule if you're posh, with the windows. Again, we've got another vented area there, which we'll just do that one-handed there like that. Front guys, and then the door. Have a look at the minute, and there's the other side of your vestibule. So the porch area isn't massive. Is it big enough to cook in, do you think? Is it big enough to store your kit? So we've got a single central zip up the middle there. We've got some tying out points there for the doors, but we're not going to bother with that at the moment. Okay, so this is your vestibule area. It's a fair size, you know. You could store your boots. You could probably sit in the tent and cook with the door open if you needed to. Is there room to store a big rucksack? I don't know. I mean, if you're just on your own, I'll be putting my rucksack in the tent. So let's have a look inside the tent, shall we? So I'm just going to squeeze in. So we've got a large rounded door. We've got a mesh panel on the outside, and there's the zips. Now I've seen this on other OEX tents as well. There's a little fabric loop there to stop you taking the zip all the way around. I think that's to keep the zip there so it's accessible at all times. It's a good idea, but the downside is, of course, your zip has to go all the way around twice because you've got 2 zips to open, like that. You know what, that's a fair old size in there. 2-person tent. I'm not too sure. It's going to be cosy for 2 people plus their gear, but it's quite spacious for a 1-man tent, I would think, plus your gear, maybe a couple of dogs. And then, so there's the door there, so that's just all comes out the way. But what you've got is you've got a little mesh pocket. Can you see that there? So there's a mesh pocket there, so you can just take your door and pop it in the mesh pocket, but you would do it with 2 hands. Okay, then we've got storage here. We've got the mandatory fire instructions. Do not cook inside your tent unless you're an idiot. Carbon monoxide can kill. And then we've got mesh pockets over this side. You've got a mesh vent at the back there, just in front of that big rear vent. So if you've got that vent open, and you've got these front vents open, just move my finger out of the way, the front vents open, okay, you should get a fair bit of circulation through the tent. Now, I've also noticed with the door as well, give me a moment, it's a 2-handed job. This, you can't do the door single-handed, so I'm not going to. Okay, it's got a double zip, so you can zip. You've got the solid fabric there. Sorry, Maisie. You've got the fabric there, okay, to close it off, but you can fold the zip the fabric out, and you've got the option to have a mesh door as well there. It should help stop the condensation or keep you cool as well. Okay, so that's the inside of the tent. Any questions? Okay, now what I've also seen is, I'm just going to have a quick look in. Okay, there is also a hanging loop there for your lamp. And I'm going to just spin round and have a lie in here with the dog. Hello, Maisie. Okay, yeah. Okay, there's plenty of room. You come in as well. So this is Lolly as well. Okay, these are my partners in crime. They don't camp with me, but when I'm doing stuff like this for a adventure in the woods, they come for an adventure, don't you, girls? Yes, you do. Okay, so let's have a look. So I've got my head here, I've got my feet at the bottom. There's loads of room. Now you have to take into account the fact as well, because you've got your slope sides. If you do have an airbed, that's going to raise your height up, so that raise the depth of your bed up, so you won't have as much leg room because of the slope and back. I'm 5'8", and there's plenty of room in here, but if you're on your own, there's no reason why you can't spin around and lie diagonally, and that will give you more room, of course. So we're all good. Whew, I've got a bit of a sweat on. It's very warm in these tents. Where are we? Middle of October, and it's very warm. Right, so I'm just going to reposition, I think, and just get sorted out, and then we'll come back in a bit. So give us a moment and we'll be back. So just to demonstrate that zip, so we'll take that around to that fabric loop. Oh, this goes all the way, so I don't need to stop. Okay, so I can open the, just stuff that in there, so I can open the solid bit of the door, and then there's a nice Nusian mesh there. It's very fine mosquito net. Okay, out there. In fact, I mean, probably on this camera you probably can't see that mesh. You could probably be inclined to want to jump straight out there and not see the mesh, but I assure you it is there. Right, so we'll just zip that back up again. All the way around. Back to there. So there we are with the door shut. I'm quite impressed. It's a very spacious tent. Dog wants to be out. It's a very spacious tent for one person. For two, maybe not so much. But hey, for 20 quid, what do you want? Wow, so there we go. That's the OEX Hyena 2. It's a 2-man tunnel style tent. Like I said, it's not the perfect pitch, but we'll get it up properly and maybe do a video camping out in it overnight and put it to the test. So, as I say, what goes up must come down. So, I'm going to get this squared away, put away. I brought my little camping stove and some bits, so I think I might get this away. I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, have a bit of chill out here in the woods, then I think I'm going to head back home. So, catch you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And that's it. See you later, guys. Thanks very much.